Moving on to example 4.5.2. A community swim team has 150 members. 75 of the members are advanced swimmers. 47 of the members are intermediate swimmers. The remainder are novice swimmers. 40 of the advanced swimmers practice 4 times a week. 30 of the intermediate swimmers practice 4 times a week. 10 of the novice swimmers practice 4 times a week. Suppose one member of the team is chosen randomly. What is the probability the member is a novice swimmer? Well, let's start out and look at how many of the swimmers are novice. So the probability of a novice swimmer would be how many novice swimmers do we have divided by the total number of members. And we know the total number of members right now is 150. But how do we determine how many are novice? Well, we may need to come up with a way to visualize this a little easier, and there are several different ways we can. Let's organize our information to see if we can make this a little easier. So we have 150 members. I'm going to use a tree diagram to separate these into 3 groups. We have our advanced swimmers. 75 of them are advanced. We have our intermediate swimmers. 47 are intermediate. And our novice swimmers are the remainder. If 75 are advanced and 47 are intermediate, we need to subtract those from 150 to find out that 28 are novice swimmers. Of the advanced swimmers, 40 practice 4 times per week, and the remainder don't, 35 of them. Right, so 75 gets split into 2 groups, 40 who practice 4 times a week, and then the rest who don't. We don't know how often the rest do. That's not important to the problem, so we're just going to group them all together. In the intermediate swimmers, we have 30 who practice 4 times a week, and the rest do not. And in the novice group, 10 practice 4 times a week, and the rest do not. It gives us a little bit of an easier visual as far as taking the 150 starting members, dividing them into 3 groups, advanced, intermediate, and novice, and then within each of those groups, how often do they practice? Do they practice 4 times a week, or do they not? Now, since I know how many are novice, I have 28 total. 28 out of 150 gives us a probability of 0.1866666 forever, but we can round it to 0.1867. Part B asks, what is the probability a member practices 4 times per week? And we can calculate this the same way. The only difference here is we have to take into consideration all of the ones that practice 4 times per week and compare that to the total number of members being 150. So we can add those up. 40 plus 30 plus 10 would give us 80, and 80 divided by 150 will give us a probability of 0.5333 forever, but we can stop after the third 3 for 4 decimal places. Part C, what is the probability the member is an advanced swimmer and practices 4 times a week? So the probability of advanced and 4 times per week. We want to look at those people that satisfy both advanced and 4 times per week. So advanced and 4 times. We only have one set of people that are both, 40 out of 150, which gives us a probability of 0.2666, 6 repeating, but we can end and round it up to 7, 0.2667. Now for part D, what is the probability that a swimmer is an advanced swimmer and an intermediate swimmer? Do we have any swimmers that are both advanced and intermediate? Well, no, we can't, because there are 75 advanced swimmers and 47 intermediates. We cannot have them in both groups. Either you're advanced or you're intermediate. You don't get to be both. So the probability for both is 0. Check out that next question. Are being an advanced swimmer and an intermediate swimmer mutually exclusive? Yes, because you cannot be both at the same time. And the probability of being both is 0. And the last part of the question, are being a novice swimmer and practicing 4 times a week independent events? So for independence, we need to do a little bit of work. So to determine if novice and practicing 4 times a week are independent, we want to know if novice and 4 times, is that equal to being novice times practicing 4 times per week. So first up, novice and 4 times per week, the probability, we're going to follow novice down to 4 times per week. We get 10. So this is 10 out of 150, which we get is 0.0667. And I'm going to put a big question mark over that equal sign because I don't know if they're equal yet. Probability of novice we calculated already, 0.1867. Probability of 4 times per week we already calculated, 0.5333. We multiply these two probabilities on the right, we end up with 0.0996. These are not equal. 0.06, 0.09, they are definitely not equal. So we do not have independent events since this multiplication formula does not hold.